Shut up and sit down.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Ken Frederick Podcast. This is special number 6, Walking Dead. Who died? I want to say thank you for listening, and if you stumbled across us on the interwebs, check us out at kfpodcast.com, Facebook at kfpodcast, Twitter at Ken Fred Podcast, and Ken Frederick Podcast on the Instagrams. So, just the main crew tonight. We got Dawn and Justin.
Hey.
Yo. And we're going to talk a little bit about who died on The Walking Dead in episode 1.
Who died?
Spoiler alert.
A lot of spoilers.
Yep. So,
A lot of spoilers.
So basically the recap was...
Was this a show that made Ken angry?
Oh, I was so upset.
Ken was texting us angrily when the show starts off and they go right to commercial. God damn it. I'm sick of this show.
Well, I was agreeing with him, though, that you had like 3 minutes of TV and then a 5-minute commercial.
It was ridiculous.
Yeah.
And then 5 minutes of TV and another 5-minute commercial. There were 4 commercial breaks in the first 15 minutes?
It was way more.
2 or 3, yeah.
Usually sometimes in those season 1s they buy out the first 20 minutes. It's a straight show.
Not this.
Not this.
And I'm
You know why? Because they knew everybody was going to watch this.
Yeah.
So they put it in. Anyway, tell us about the show first.
So the show was who killed whoever, or who did Negan kill, and then it was retrieve Negan's axe for 20 minutes, and then finally whenever Rick had some flashbacks, it showed who killed. He flashed back to who he killed.
Who was who?
Were we doing spoilers now, or is this?
Yeah, we're going straight into it.
So, well, then if we're going to just get into it, let me start with something.
All right, go ahead.
All right, so
It's your show.
So, the opening, like where Rick's giving, I'm going to kill you, may not be today. Like, I'm over Rick being tough guy Rick to begin with.
Okay.
In that situation where someone just got killed with a ball bat.
Yep.
So he killed Abraham first with the ball bat,
right.
which had felt nothing. No one barely cried.
No one cried. I mean, Sasha whimpered her face.
Yeah, and Rosita was
cried.
teared up a little bit.
Because they both slept with him.
Yeah, but really, no one, if you watched that and that was it, the writing with it was horrible.
Eugene got a sad face over
Yeah.
because they had that emotional hug on.
They were friends, yeah. But no, it showed nothing. And then Rick's trying to be all tough guy about it, which was annoying. All of that I found annoying. And the cinematography to be deep and oh, look at how good our cinematography is. You're taking away from the storytelling by trying to be cool cinematography.
Well, that had the feel of that tough guy shit where I'm going to get you one of these days. Maybe not tomorrow.
Yeah.
Oh, Rick's such a badass. And he's going to get him.
Yeah.
And that they're going to have the close out of that scene where he's like, I told you I'd get you one of these days. I found it dumb, too.
Yeah. But I like that Negan was like, okay, we got to go. And then takes him to... in the middle of a cloud, apparently. It was a cloud filled with zombies. Because...
well, I think what it was, because they showed at the end, I think it was that fire that they'd started the night before, the giant pile of logs that magically appeared in the road because it took somebody 19 hours with heavy equipment to move that there.
You mean on the National Lampoon's Walking Dead episode?
Where they just drove everywhere. But that's because it was the smoke from that.
Okay.
It was dumb.
I agree.
And it was dumb also because it was night, and then Negan throws in this line, looks like dawn of a new day, Rick. And then all of a sudden they drive to wherever and it's just
daytime.
Noon.
Yeah.
It's noon in the middle of a cloud full of zombies. And
the zombie fighting was ridiculous too. It was all this Rick's almost gonna get bit.
Yeah.
Rick's almost gonna get bit. That just keeps happening. I'm like, Rick ain't gonna get bit. Stop teasing that he's gonna get bit.
Yeah.
You know.
Don't even bother with that anymore.
Yeah, it's stupid.
And all that, and him laying on top of the RV and Negan talking to him about getting that axe.
Yeah.
All that was dumb. And me and Justin had a conversation via text message. If I got a close-up shot of Rick's eyes one more time, I get it. They're trying to show that he's changed because Negan killed all these people. I give 2 about how he feels.
Well, they're trying to do what they did in the comic where Negan... That's Negan's whole thing. He doesn't just kill you. He breaks you to... You give up and you just willingly... Because remember in the comic where he actually sat the bat next to Rick and sat there with no one around. He walked in alone and Rick could have picked the bat up and smashed in the head.
Yeah.
He's like, Rick, hand me my bat. and Rick would hand him his bat. And you're like, boy, Rick's such a pussy. What happened to him? That's what they're trying to do.
It's kind of like what Ramsey did to
Theon
in...
He's not Rick, he's Reek.
Yeah, he's Reek.
This isn't the governor where he would just shoot you if you got in his way. Yeah. Negan's a mental torturer.
Yeah, but he also knows that he needs people so he doesn't have to work.
Right.
So he exploits people by getting rid of people.
Right. So tell us the second person that gets killed.
So then Glenn gets killed. Now
violently.
Well,
It wasn't any more. The death itself wasn't any more violent or graphic than
you know why people
than Abraham, but the prosthetic that they used and the fact that they had him trying to talk is what made that scene so terrible.
And you know what? That's the only part of this episode that I actually felt for something.
Yeah, because it was sad. It was like he was saying goodbye to Maggie. I'll find you in another life.
Yeah,
and
it
was all Daryl's fault.
Oh, Daryl's
great.
Yeah.
Well, and then because you gave up real early on The Talking Dead. And did you watch it at all?
I can't stand Talking Dead.
Okay,
I can't stand an hour and a half jack-off session about how we are.
Oh, look, it rained today, and it never rains in L.A. It must be crying because Glenn and Abraham died. You!
How about when they cut...
Like, I hate it.
How about they cut to the commercial and Chris Hardwick is acting like somebody died?
Yeah, he's all upset. He goes, we're all trying to get through this.
We're all trying to get through this. No one died. There's people dying in the world, you asshole. Yeah. It's a stupid TV show.
And it's not even done well. It's not done well.
And we'll be back. We're going to get through this together. You know, Chris, I'm not going to swear.
But you know there are people out there who take it seriously.
Yeah.
Then maybe they should go volunteer with some like youth shelters or something.
And see some real pain and suffering.
I'm not defending it. I'm just...
But it was a little much.
So here, back to what I was going to say a little bit ago. But so the writing around Glenn's death, you actually felt something about that character.
Yeah, Glenn was pretty beloved.
Because in essence of the character, he loved Maggie. When you boil down to Glenn, he was Maggie's family. They were together, and they were each other's rocks.
Yeah.
So whenever he died, and he needed to say something to her to like put her at ease.
Yeah, to tell her that he'd find her.
That's why it was upsetting.
Yeah,
I think to people.
Yeah.
When Abraham, this is your last hurrah. You're going to say "suck my nuts."
But
that's Abraham.
No one really cared about Abraham because he was a very hard to like character.
But why? My thing is, if you got hit in the head and you're going to die, why wouldn't you try to attack the guy? Like
he was kind of. I mean, he was pretty.
At that point,
if you have the line to say "suck my nuts," like why can't you just move forward?
I thought that the killing of Abraham made much more sense from let's say the show really is for real, not like a character trying to make everybody sad. That one made the most sense because he was the biggest dude. Yeah. He looked like he was his like right-hand man. Yeah. That was like a smart kill.
Well, because Negan even makes a comment about when he's talking to Rick later on about right-hand man, or, oh, did I already do that?
Yeah.
The Glenn one, I don't have any idea why he chose Glenn. That made no sense to me.
I think it was just closest, and it was an easy strike.
Yeah, and that was just for the audience to make off. Because when Abraham died, there was like a sigh of relief where everybody I was getting text messages from was like, "Oh, thank God, it's just Abraham. It's not Daryl or Maggie."
Yeah.
You know. So when he killed Glenn, and then everybody was, "Oh God," you know, like they killed Glenn.
I wish they would have. There's no reason for Daryl to be on the show.
I wanted Daryl to get that bat so bad.
And I'm again it's a little surprising that they didn't do Daryl after the attack.
I bet you'd like to do Daryl after.
Well, let me just get to the part that bothered me the most was that they were going to cut Carl's arm off. As a father, like I was into that situation, like if I had to cut Alex's hand off, like hurt my own child, like it really bothered me. That's what I did. Like the Glenn stuff, it was disturbing, but I got past it. I was like, I've seen worse than this.
Yeah.
But that part where he was going to have to do it, I like had to get up out of bed and was like, oh Christ, like I don't want to see this. Oh, don't do it. Like, oh, because I'm like yelling at Rick, like, would you just speak and go, okay, I get it. Quit looking at him with, like Glenn, like Negan said, you keep looking at me with that look on your face.
Yeah.
You want to kill me. I'm like, Rick, speak up. You know, instead he's like crying with the axe. I'm like, oh, don't do this. And then he was like, there's that face I wanted. So I liked that he mentally broke him down like that, but that bothered me. Like I was like, don't cut this hand off of this kid.
I also like that Dwight had a Sharpie on him.
Yeah. And I like that Carl's like, do it.
Carl, that fits Carl's character.
Yeah, he's gonna get shot in the face.
Yeah, just do it and get it over with. Like I get it. I thought that was how they were going to take Rick's hand. And I thought he was going to do it, and then at the last second he was just going to veer off and take his own arm off.
Yeah.
That's what I was expecting. So when Negan stopped him, I was like, oh.
Well, I was like, oh, thank you. All right, let's just move past this. Like, my God.
But, yeah, that part was actually suspenseful.
That was suspenseful. That was tough.
That actually part reminded me of when we used to read the comic and we didn't know what was going to happen next.
Right. It gave you a little bit of that.
But I don't know how they can keep writing that every week.
Well, the thing that I don't know how they're going to do is, and you remember reading this, I'm not sure if you read Negan in the book or not, but after issue 100, when he bashes Glenn in, it's pretty boring.
Yeah, it gets.
I mean, and now Walking Dead is only once a month. It's 22 pages.
Yeah,
16 of those are actual pages. The rest are probably ads. There's a lot of.
Most comic books are 30 pages. Yeah. The rest are 8 ads.
Right. So there's not. It was easy to get through.
Yeah.
And when you read it, you were kind of like, it's a little boring. It's Rick being subservient. The only best part of it that kept me and you going reading it was the Negan lines.
Oh, yeah. The Negan was great.
Because we would be like, what's he going to say? And he would start about his dicks, and they're going to be swinging from their dicks like helicopters. And
I'll find the quote.
And all this other stuff, and all these lines. That's why I would read it. Be like,
because it's hilarious.
I want to see what Negan has to say. The rest of the book is boring because it's like Rick being, I'm a sissy and everybody's sad. I don't know how they're going to pull this off for a whole season without everybody
Because
going.
what they're going to do is it'll be 3 minutes of Rick being subservient and being dick, and the rest of it will be at the Kingdom, and
hopefully there's enough Kingdom stuff to keep it interesting.
I don't think there's.
I mean, I don't know what they're going to do there either. Instead of after you get over the initial, hey, here's Ezekiel and he has a lion or he has a tiger and a tiger eats a zombie, then. Okay, well, what are we doing? Because it doesn't get good till finally when Rick wakes up and goes like, we're going to start aligning everybody, and they start. They have the war.
Yeah.
The war of the three things or whatever.
And that's what it's going to be. And they're already kind of splitting it off because so and so Maggie wants to go to the hilltop.
Yeah.
And she needs to get.
Sasha's going to go there with her. And we've
already
got
that episode with all that.
Morgan and Carol at the Kingdom already, and
is she going to have a miscarriage? I mean, I would assume she's already sick.
Does she have a baby in the comic? No. I know she has Sophia, but did they ever have a kid
together?
No,
because they just took care of Sophia after what's-her-face died. But I think that I don't know. Like, and it's going to be this like, this is an episode with Rick at whatever the place is.
My last complaint about it is I'm really disappointed in Robert Kirkman because I thought he would have the balls to say, because in the comic book he never cared who he offended.
Yeah,
he just did it. He didn't have the balls to pull the trigger on killing Daryl, which really makes everybody hate Negan.
Yeah.
Instead, he just went. They were asking him on Talking Dead, the part I did see, how'd you come up with this? He wrote it in a comic 5 years ago.
Yeah.
That's how he came up with it, and they just did the same storyline. Yeah. They kill Abraham with an arrow through the eye.
Yeah.
And they
killed the two people that he already kills. There's no shock value there.
No, but the reason he said he went after Abraham was because he wanted to he always regretted the way Abraham went out in the comic, and he wanted to give him a better death.
Whatever, but he didn't do anything original.
And then the Glenn thing was...
And he didn't have the balls, because I used to say before, Robert Kirkman doesn't give a shit what you think.
Yeah.
He's going to do it. He does. He's afraid to lose the women
because
supporters.
He doesn't have total control.
Yeah.
And I bet if it was him, 100% control without having to answer to a network and the millions upon millions of dollars that they're making from advertising, I think he might have gone through with it, but he's got to answer to somebody now, and he has to.
Well, we'll see.
I hope I stand fast. I hope everyone dies.
Thoughts on this season, real quick?
Don't care. Negan's the best thing that's happened to this show. I might watch him, but if they keep having him say shit like the F word.
And that's another thing. Stop it. Either don't have him do that. Quit trying to place F words with shits.
Yeah.
Oh, this shit right here. You little. How about when he told them, you bunch of shits?
Yeah.
I was like, what? Did you just call them a bunch of shits?
Yeah.
Like, that's something I call my kids, you little shits or whatever. Yeah. Like, if you can't call them a bunch of effers, then don't say anything.
Actually have some creative writing.
Yeah.
Like,
I'm shit and you shit. He just kept saying shit. It sounds horrible.
Yeah.
No villain would just walk around going shit all the time.
And that's not the word.
Say the F word and bleep them out.
Yeah.
You know what I
mean? Yeah. Drop the F word and bleep it.
And bleep it. At least you know what he's saying.
Because we at least know he's saying it. Yeah. I agree. I actually have I don't think this is going to be good. Well, you see. I don't think it's going to be good. I think it's going to be drawn out. It's going to be drawn out that they're going to abuse Daryl. I was
Daryl's going to be like Carl was and be captured by Negan. And
that's the thing. You might only see one episode from each point of view by the season finale.
Yeah.
Because it'll be one with Negan and Daryl. It'll be one with Rick and Daryl at wherever.
Carol at the kingdom and all that. Everybody back at home.
And then the people at the hilltop. Yeah. And then there'll be season finale.
I don't know. Any final thoughts from you?
I'm going to be a corporate shill and continue to watch it every week. Because
you're gonna watch the jerk off session every night or after every episode.
Depends on how tired I am and whether I want to go to bed or not.
Yeah.
I won't watch it on DVR. If I'm gonna watch it, I'm gonna sit and watch it after the show.
There's only one thing that turn this season around, and it's one storyline. Whenever Carl hides in a shipment and sneaks into what's the name of the Negan's Saviors? Whatever the Saviors complex. When Carl sneaks onto a supply shipment, goes there, and in the book he was a lot younger. He was like 9 or 10, and he has this giant AK, and he like mows down like 20 people, and then he like falls over because the gun's got so much.
And Negan's like, "You're a badass," and all that.
That Negan kind of takes him under his wing for like.
Take your eye patch off. I'm going to see that eye. Oh, you're an ugly mother effer. Man, that's cool. And those stuff are good, but I don't know if we'll see it.
And then he just gives them back to Rick. Like they set up a whole trade. He goes, "I have your son." He goes, "He'll be fine as long as he doesn't screw around." And it shows that Negan's actually
can be reasonable, and is doing everything with a purpose.
Yeah.
Well, we'll see.
Yep. All right, so I think that's it for everybody.
That's it for now. I'm sure we'll have a lot of Walking Dead coming up, so stay tuned.
All right, so please like, share, subscribe, invite, follow, heart, other things that social media things do.
I thought you said fart for a minute there. You can do that too.
If you feel so inclined.
Either one.
All right. Thanks, guys.
Thanks, everybody.